Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, government determined to expand its ambitious 5,000 home project in 2021. ECCB governor predicts 16% decline in the currency union this year, and the Dominicans pray for recovery as national cricketer Tyrone Theophile fights for his life in a Martinique hospital. The details of the news coming up.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
A difficult time for the police force, having lost 2 officers during the Christmas holidays. 33-year-old Constable Philbert Williams lost his life on Boxing Day when the bike he was riding collided with a car on Goodwill Road. The 3 occupants in the car were taken to the hospital, treated and discharged. Constable Williams served in the Portsmouth area. Police are investigating that accident. The police force lost another officer on the same day, Corporal Ryan Shillingford. He died in a Martinique hospital on Boxing Day after he was airlifted to Martinique for further medical treatment. Prime Minister Skerrit has given government's commitment that a mission to build suitable homes for Dominicans will continue with renewed determination in 2021. Mr. Skerrit says government will not stop until every family in this country owns a comfortable home. He also said he was working on a new concept yet to be revealed to make the pathway to home ownership easier with government building and selling homes.
We're not going to relent. So in 2021, God's willing, you're going to see even more homes built across Dominica. Whether it's in Wesley or the Valley, or in Rosa South, or in St. Joseph, Granby, Paybush, Calibishi, you name the communities, you will see more homes built for the people of this country. Because there's always going to be a need. And I'm saying to public officers and some of you in the private sector, young professionals who like to build your homes, I am working on a concept to address your particular challenge, because many people want to build homes. Lands are very expensive in Dominica. By the time you take a loan to buy the lot, it takes you so many years to pay the loan back. And by the time you get to build this home, you're in your 50s. So I believe by the end of, while you be celebrating Christmas, I'll be working on this document. And I'm hoping that immediately after Christmas, I can present this, a concept where we can build homes and sell it out to persons in the public and private sector. That's what we're seeking to work on.
Minister for Housing, Senior Minister Reginald Austri, is confident government can deliver its promise of 5,000 homes for needy Dominicans. Austri says as of this financial year, 1,600 homes have been built. He believes with the introduction of certain policy measures, the goal will be achieved.
We can speak to the amendment to the Title by Registration Act, which allows for the reduction in title registration fees. This addresses the issue of access to land for housing by review of the cost of the registration of those titles. Many individuals own land or promise of land, but the 12.5% has proven in many instances to be prohibitive. And so you have many Dominicans with land, but nothing to show for it in terms of a legal document, because they could not afford to register those properties. And so in the last budget, we announced a reduction of some 8.5% which runs from September 1st, 2020 to August 2nd of 2021. And we're hoping that this measure will encourage and urge individuals to get their properties registered, because there are many, many benefits of having a registered title in your hands.
Public response to other government housing policy initiatives have been positive.
We also implemented a home ownership grant valued at $10,000 for first-time home owners 40 years and under. The government has received over 191 applications for such home grants to young families and to individuals. Each of these families have been challenged in meeting the cost of completion of their homes. And in many instances, those homes could not be completed because we could not secure additional financing. But with this grant, it will make it possible to give you an additional $10,000 to use in the construction. And that's a grant. It's not a loan. It's a grant given by the government in a period of serious economic challenges. And I can report to you that 36 young families have received under this project, and we're hoping that an additional 17 will receive the $10,000 by the end of this year, taking it to 17 plus 36. You can do the maths on that.
The people of Point Michelle and cricket fans across the country praying for national cricket captain Tyrone Theophile to pull through. The former United Islands Volcanoes captain was flown to a Martinique hospital over the holidays for further medical care after he sustained life-threatening injuries in a motorcycle accident. Tyrone sustained multiple head injuries in the accident, which occurred near the Roseau post office on Christmas night. The 31-year-old reportedly spent some time in a coma at Dominica China Friendship Hospital prior to being airlifted to Martinique. The Health Minister, Dr. Irving McIntyre, said that Theophile was in critical condition. Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, says Matthew 25 is not about creating poverty and dependence and then using public funds to secure the loyalty of those in need. In his address at the handing over ceremony of keys to 30 houses to needy families in Bellevue Royal recently, Prime Minister Skerritt read Matthew 25, 31-44 as the basis for his administration's efforts to raise the standard of living. In his Christmas message, the opposition leader referenced the same scripture passage, but with a different perspective. Here is part of what the Prime Minister said at the handing over ceremony. It is followed by the opposition leader's Christmas message.
Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in, and I would add many in giving you a home. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me."
Regardless of the difficulties in our social and economic circumstances, and especially the challenges of youth, Christmas remains a favorite time of the year for the Nature Island people of Dominica. This year, under the cloud of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, we embrace the precious gift of the holidays, spending time with family, friends, and loved ones with all the joy that characterizes the season. But especially this year, we must do so responsibly, observing all the hygiene, personal protection, and social distancing protocols that have kept us relatively safe so far from the ravages of a global public health crisis that has sent millions to their graves. Wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. As we close yet another year in the struggle to build an ideal Nature Island society and a sustainable Nature Island economy, we join the millions of Christians of good conscience around the world to celebrate the birth of Jesus. We reflect on his story from that holy night and his everlasting message of endless love, abiding faith, compassion, and hope. This Christmas, let us all truly appreciate that the priorities of Matthew 25 are not about deliberately creating poverty as a strategy to build dependence and then feeding with public funds those forced to hunger in poverty and dependence in exchange for their loyalty.
The opposition leader expressed hope that people of goodwill would dedicate themselves to overcoming evil with good in the new year.
The Christmas story guarantees the Christian people of good conscience in this Isle of Beauty that God is implementing his plan for a better Dominica, not by force from the outside, but from his spirit that dwells within us all. The more we do his good will, the more he abides with us, and the more he will move to perform his wonders at the pace of our interests and commitment. Let this be the Christmas season in which we make doubly sure the alignment of our inner selves with the forces of good in the universe, dedicated to pulling down evil, driving change, and transforming yesterday's darkness into tomorrow's marvelous light. Let us look forward to the new year, resolved to fully commit ourselves to unity of purpose, to joint action, to the values that matter and the standards that count in our Christian responsibility to secure the greatest good for the greatest number. God bless you, Dominica.
Happy holidays!
You are watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, Dominicans told to look back at 2020 with gratitude.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Police searching for one man in connection with the shooting death of a 22-year-old in Granby. Police say Donaldson Alcenda of Tetmon died from a gunshot wound to the chest area on Boxing Day. Police say Donaldson was shot in the chest following an altercation with another man. In other news, the EC dollar continues to remain strong in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has had a devastating impact on the world economy. The strength of the EC dollar is just one item on a list of accomplishments in 2020 of which the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is proud. Governor of the ECCB, Timothy Antoine, outlined these achievements in his 2020 Christmas message.
Here at the ECCB, there are many achievements for which we can be justifiably proud. And I now make mention of the following. First, our relief measures, which included a $4 million grant to our member countries, a loan deferral program in collaboration with the ECCU Bankers Association, and our lowering of the discount rate to 2% from 6.5%, the first rate change in 17 years. Second, the crafting of a 3-year program of action for recovery, resilience, and transformation. Third, our EC dollar remains strong. Its current backing in foreign reserves is 97%. Fourth, the ECCB recorded its highest profit ever, $63.1 million. Fifth, our bank completed the second phase of our campus greening project. As a consequence, 60% of electricity consumed is now generated from solar PV. These investments have saved more than $1 million this year. Sixth, our shift to teleworking mode has allowed us to help keep our staff safe while continuing to serve our region well.
COVID-19 has had a serious impact on the currency union, but the ECCU is projected to realize a 5% growth in 2021 in the tourism sector.
Our currency union is experiencing its largest shock on record, with a projected decline of 16.2% this year. Our governments continue to grapple with significantly lower revenues while simultaneously expending considerable sums on COVID-19 response measures. Evidently, this moment calls for shared sacrifice by all stakeholders as we navigate this difficult passage together. Despite the economic and financial fallout occasioned by the pandemic, our countries have responded relatively well, and our region is thankful that we have experienced only a small number of deaths. Additionally, we are grateful to have been spared the ravages of major hurricanes. Once again, we placed on record our profound gratitude to all our frontline warriors in healthcare, together with security, border control, and essential workers, including the media. Looking ahead, we project the ECCU will grow by 5% next year as tourism, a dominant export, slowly recovers. The ECCB will implement the Program of Action for Recovery, Resilience and Transformation approved by the Monetary Council in October. Key actions include boosting food and nutrition security, increasing our use of renewable energy, and accelerating digital transformation. The ECCB will also unveil its new 5-year strategic plan.
Dominicans called upon to be grateful as we look back at 2020. Prime Minister Skerrit says while the past year has been challenging on many levels, there is a lot to be grateful for as a nation.
But we have fared well. A country that has maintained every single person on the employment of the state, including those who are temporarily engaged, who gets the every 6 months or every 3 months appointment. We could have said to these people, my friend, things that are bad, stay home. But no, this government understands that in difficult times we must maintain the dignity of every human being. And so we've kept people on the job. It is costing us about $3.7, $3.8 million for the NEP, the National Employment Program. This is not a legal obligation. It is by a policy decision of the cabinet. We could end it at any time. But no, what have I done as Minister of Finance? I have elevated the payments of NEP to that of salaries to public officers. So they get paid at the same time. We've maintained all our social safety net programs, all of them. Salaries were being paid on Monday. And in all of those difficult times, people sometimes WhatsApp me on 25th, ask me, "Scared you pay already?" I mean, but it speaks to the confidence and the trust that the people have in this government's ability to manage the affairs of our country. That people went to the bank accounts and were shocked that they got paid on Monday and Tuesday morning. And on top of that, we are investing some $40 million in the economy to pay contractors and those who provide the services for the government. $40 million.
The Prime Minister says compared to other nations, Dominica must be grateful, particularly in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic.
when we look at the other challenges across the world. We empathize with our brothers and sisters in so many parts of the world. In rich countries, the so-called first world countries, where they're reeling with the challenges of COVID-19. It has been difficult for governments all over the world, including Dominic. But I have always said to you that leaders must not come to complain. This is why we don't complain to you. Because if I'm to complain about the challenges I'm having, I'll be complaining to you every single day, every week. But no, we must find solutions, and that's what we're doing, finding solutions to sustain the economy and to grow the economy.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Government determined to expand its ambitious 5,000 home project in 2021. ECCB governor predicts 16% decline in the currency union this year. And Dominicans pray for recovery as national cricketer Tyrone Theophil fights for his life in a Martinique hospital. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.